Welcome, everyone. We're so happy that you're here, whether you're joining us live today or watching the recording. My name is Calie Calabrese. I'm an integrative health practitioner. I won't list all my certifications, but I've been practicing for over 16 years. And I want to start by sharing a little bit about what attracted me to this mission and to this company. It was 2023. I had been transitioning my business to focus significantly more on hormone health. And this is pre-hormone health being all the rage, right? Like it's everywhere now. But at the time, it was a very little talked about topic. And Aimee actually introduced me to Hugh and Grace, and she said, will you take a look at this company? I'm curious your thoughts on their products. And so I sat down and I was going through their website. I was reading through their products. I was reading through their ingredients. And I was so blown away by the researched, intelligent, synergistic nature of these products. When I looked at them, what I saw was a focus on third-party testing, which is a huge priority to me. And I'm going to stop right there and tell you guys why, because as hormone health becomes more trendy, what we're seeing, or what I'm seeing at least, is a lot of companies jumping on the bandwagon, a lot of people preaching their products being great for hormone health. But the reality is that if you dig deeper and you know what you're looking for, most of these products are not truly hormone supportive or hormone safe. And so just to give you guys an example, most people aren't aware that there is virtually no regulation at all when it comes to the claims that a company can make on the packaging on a product. And so they can talk about it being green, which means literally nothing. They can talk about it being, organic, and they can talk about it being natural, and they can talk about it being clean. But there are actually not really parameters around most, other than the word organic. There's not parameters around most of those words. Things like fragrance can be hidden in proprietary formulas. They don't have to list all of the ingredients, and they don't have to tell you, if there's a hormone disrupting fragrance in something. So unless you really know what to look for, unless the company that you're purchasing from is committed to third-party testing and making that information publicly available, you actually don't really know what you're getting. And so many of the companies that are out in the stores that, we are going to see on the shelves, if we're going to Target or even Whole Foods, things like Burt's Bees. These are companies that were once started based on a mission by people who understood what our bodies need and don't need and had a heart for helping people. But over the years, as they grow, they're often sold to bigger brands. So I bring up Burt's Bees as an example because they're currently in the news for a class action lawsuit because their products contain forever chemicals. And that means chemicals that there's no way for them to leave our bodies. Once they're there, they're there. And they contribute to our toxic load, which damages our gut and our liver and ultimately the health of our hormones. So this Burt's Bees, which we all think of as a really healthy, natural company, was actually purchased by Clorox years ago. And they quietly changed the ingredients and nobody is the wiser. So when I say that I've spent decades since I first became a holistic health coach starting to make simple swaps for products that would be better for me, for my family. I'm a mom to 2 boys, but it takes a lot of work and it can feel really overwhelming sometimes to know who can I trust, what can I buy? And that was one of the things that I immediately saw about Hugh and Grace is they had the third-party research, they made it public. Their ingredients were so simple. The labels were short ingredient lists, very intentional, not just hormone safe, but also hormone supportive. So the ingredients in these products, they made so much sense for supporting the foundations of what creates healthy hormones. They were gut supportive. They were liver supportive. They helped with blood sugar regulation. They helped with all of the things that our bodies need support with in order to function at their optimal every single day. So They also had 3 product verticals. The mission was what goes on in and around your body, the simple things that we're using every day. I loved the approach of, we're not going to make a bunch of random, expensive products that are like on the fringe of what people might need and try to convince you to purchase them. What they focused on was, these are products that most people have in their cabinets right now. These are things that people are already purchasing every day to use for themselves and their families, but we're going to make them safer. We're going to make them more effective. And it's not asking us to take new budget to find new money for these high-end or fringe products. It's saying, take the budget for what you're already spending and put it towards something that's better. So it's just these really easy swaps. I also loved that Ben and Sarah, the CEOs, had such a powerful story about why they started this mission. And to give it to you guys in just a couple sentences, they went on a 14-year infertility journey. They worked with the best doctors in the world, and their infertility was listed as unexplained. But on that journey, they learned how to better care for their hormones. They learned what their bodies needed, and they also learned what they needed to avoid. And as they went out and they tried to make these swaps for themselves, as they eventually did have 2 children through surrogacy, and they thought about their future hormone health, and they were looking for things that would protect them and their family, they really couldn't find what they needed or wanted out there in the world. And so they decided that their experience, they were going to turn their pain into purpose. And they were going to go out and they were going to create better products for families like their own that would protect them. And when they thought about that, they thought, how do we get these products into people's hands? How do we help them understand how to make these choices? And the business model that they chose was rooted in community, connection, and education. And that was the piece that really blew me away, because you can walk into a boutique, you can walk into a Target, you can walk into a Whole Foods, and there's an array of products on the shelf. But how does the average person know what they actually need? How do they get that information? How do they understand why some things are good and some things are not good for them? And it's that mission, you know, that Hugh and Grace is so rooted in not just creating products for us, but creating educational opportunities. And that's the thing. When Aimee and I started to build our team, we started to build our community, and we thought about, how do we want to connect with women? Women are such natural educators, healers, and connectors. And so our mission was every single month that we are going to work on educating people on topics related to the health of their hormones and introducing them to not just products that can support those, but also simple little lifestyle shifts that are going to make it all work beautifully together. And so hormone health is trending right now, but I believe that Hugh and Grace was at the forefront of it 5 years ago, before it was popular, setting the standard and creating a new type of mission that is rooted in education, connection, and transparency. And that was why I decided, as a holistic health coach specializing in hormones, to join this company and to help further this mission and to build a community of women that I could do that alongside of. Not other health coaches, not women that have to be, you know, experts or certified, but women who just want to feel better. And they are willing to share that experience with their friends, to say to the woman next to them, to their neighbor, to their sister, like, I don't know about you, but I'd like to feel better. And I'm going to go on a journey this year to learn, how do I make that happen for myself? And how do I pay that forward to the people around me? And so that's what I think our business is really about. And it's why I'm so proud to partner with this company and with these women. And I'm really excited that you guys are here to see how this might fit into your personal journey as well, from your health perspective, as well as a business perspective.
Yeah. And Calie said, like, proud to partner here. And that's exactly how I feel too. It's one of those, yes, it is a multi-level marketing company. There are people who maybe have a preconceived notion of what that could mean, or maybe they had an experience with another company. And while, yes, that's our business model, because Sarah and Ben knew that this was the way that women were going to be the people at the forefront who were going to talk about this, who were going to share, and who were going to educate. It's not a it's not like a lot of other companies. It's like, I don't know how else to say it other than that the feeling you get when you are surrounded by the other people on our team, it leaves you with so much purpose and passion and fulfillment. Because I don't feel like this is a traditional sell a thing. We're not selling things. We are sharing, we're educating, and we're letting people know these are the products we're using. Like Calie's saying, we're not buying this random array of supplements that are going to live in a pantry or on our countertops. These are things that a lot of people are using or should be using on a daily basis that they have provided to us in a way that's a clean swap, that's a hormone supportive swap, that's trusted and third party tested, that we can confidently share with other people. And I think that so often it's like the sales aspect of, oh, I'm not sure if I want to sell people. We're not here to convince anybody that these products are for or not for them, but we are letting them be curious. We're providing clarity around what these products could do for them in a way that's rooted in education. And that's one of the things that I loved so much about the products is from a company standpoint, there's so much education around why these products are the way they are and master classes. And then as a team, we really focus on that as well, that it's education first. We're not here to give quick fixes. It's not just, people who are we're not chasing trends. This is long-term health, longevity. And for a lot of us who are parents who are getting older, we're all getting older every day. We want to live better. We want to live healthier. We want to be able to care for our bodies in a way that's focused on not just, living longer, but really quality of life and longevity. And that aligns so perfectly with the mission of Hugh and Grace and the products that they are putting into practice for us that we get to share and essentially sell to our friends and our family and connect them to these. And I think a lot of times, people can get hung up on the social media side of things. And one thing that I found so incredibly freeing whenever I started building a team here at Hugh and Grace is that you can share these products in so many different ways. Yes, social media is an awesome way. And if you're listening to this recording, you probably saw the initial invite on social media, or maybe you saw the recording posted on social media. But building this business can come in so many different forms, and you can build it through, local, like studios, workout places, gyms, farmers markets. There's so many ways that you can align sharing this business opportunity with other people, because it's not just selling the thing. It's really helping see people the products that they're already using in their body, on their body, in their body, around their body, and sharing and connecting with them in a way that once they see them and can try them and taste them, it fits into so many different ways. So I love that aspect of being able to share the products and the mission of Hugh and Grace in different ways. Yes, I love social and I use social media, but I also have found it really amazing to get out in the community and share these belly to belly with people at different events. And it's less about selling the thing and knowing that we get to provide solutions. We're selling products, but we're providing solutions to people to solve a variety of things as we educate them and then provide that solution to be able to connect with them on that other level as well. Because we focus so much on the education piece, what I have found is that customers really trust us, because it's not just, hey, you should come buy this product. Here it is. Here's a link. It's always about what are you struggling with? Why do you think this could help you? And helping people really understand the difference in these products and the fact that they are third party tested and the validity is there. I feel like there's not the ick of selling, and it's the confidence that we get to provide these solutions to other people, knowing that these are things that are going to work, that they're going to love, that they're going to feel confident not only for themselves, but sharing it with their family members as well. And Calie mentioned how when her and Aimee first started building their team here, their focus on education, and that's something that you'll see that's still ongoing today. Our team really thrives and prioritizes educating our customers. We do different groups. You can know that if, joining the team, that you're not in this alone. We work collaboratively together every month, and we offer different ways to educate and share. We've been doing these workshops now for a while where you'll get to be a part of is for yourself, that you'll be able to plug in and learn and collaborate there, but you get to bring your people in. You don't have to be the expert. You don't have to know all the sciencey things of why the routine is really going to work first thing in the morning for you. That part doesn't matter. What you can confidently know is that if you invite into the groups that we're running and the trainings and the resources, that these are things that you get to be a part of for you, and you get to invite your customers and anyone who joins your team. Like, it's very much a business where we're working on this together. The community piece is huge and heavy, and something that I personally, it's like, I look at it as the thing maybe you didn't know you were missing until you're a part of it. And once you get connected to a group of other empowering and inspiring women who really want to make their own health a priority, as well as the health and wellness of those around them, um, it's just a really empowering place to be. And it can fit into your life in so many different ways. A lot of people, I'd say the majority of people, this is very much something that they do as a side thing. I hate to say the word side hustle. That's a common word, but it's something they're using to provide additional income to their family that they're doing on top of the job that they already have, whether they're a full-time parent or a full-time employee outside the home or whatever it might be. You get to allow this business to work into your current business in life, however you want it to be. I always tell people, if you have an hour to give the hour. If you have two, give two. And if you have 5 minutes at the end of the day, give those five with your whole heart. But if you can find those little pockets of time where you're able to carve out, I would say people don't have extra time to build a business, but they'll absolutely make time for something that really matters to them. And this business can fit into your life and into your routine in any way, shape, or form. It's just a way that you decide that you're going to be able to commit to do that on a regular basis as well. And you'll be able to hear a little bit about that. Cinthia is going to share with us a little bit about her story and how she's been able to fit Hugh and Grace so naturally and beautifully into the current routine that she has. And she's been doing amazing. So I'll mute myself and let you take it from here, Cinthia.
Thank you, Maegan. Yeah, exactly. It's so funny to see, like, hearing like all of you guys, and I was like, yes, that's me. Yes, that's why how I started. And I found Hugh and Grace as a need. Almost 18 months ago. I found it because I was looking for something cleaner and better for my skin. And that's the part that I love. And I get like, I don't know why I'm getting emotional, because it's so beautiful. I just came back from a load of love and like seeing the community so close together to collaborate and work together. So I love that. But I started as a client. I started as a consumer, looking for something better for me and my family. And that's when I found in love with Hugh and Grace, because of the mission, the vision, and the purpose of this. And I'm like, okay, this is something totally different than just selling a product. That a big company that has so many products, has a huge catalog. It's not that. This is something with purpose and vision, and I get to try it myself. And I think that's how I put it out. For all my clients and my customers and my future customers, I educate them at the same time that I'm sharing my story. I sharing my experience previous with other things, and why do I switch? Why I swap most of the things that I normally use. So body lotion, all deodorant, those kind of things, shampoos and all that, to a better option. I started with skincare, and then I didn't know we have wellness, and wellness is all my thing too. So like, what? And I start like trying it for myself, and all my clients know I try things first. I talk about our new product this morning on my stories, and I share my experience first, why I'm using it. So that's why I think I'm being successful at this business. On my social media, on my chair, behind the chair, I'm a hairstylist. I'm right now in a little corner hiding from the noise of the salon, because I'm able to do my business on pockets of time, like Maegan said. It's not that I'm all day on social media. You might think I am, but I'm not. I'm just like really smart, putting my value of my time to educate my audience and sharing why they do need these products in their life to make them better. Not just us women that we're the leaders of our homes. We decided what we get for our families. It's more beyond that. I'm I'm like on a mission right now to get these two more women that they wanted to do this with me. And I feel like after these meetings and stuff and seeing all the excitement, I think I'm being selfish and not sharing the opportunity of building this business in a beautiful way that everybody's doing. Just sharing knowledge, sharing your experience, and sharing how amazing you feel after you put good stuff in your body. So um in aligning with the time, like Maegan said, about I own a brick and mortar, like I have to be here physically to make this work. For Hugh and Grace, I don't have to be anywhere physically at any moment. I went overseas for 22 days in Christmas time, and I didn't stop working my business. I care for my clients, I respond messages and all that. And you might think, oh, that takes away from your family. No, it didn't, because I designed like a specific time that I would like go back to my clients if it was needed. Or I like my family knows our income from Hugh and Grace. It's really important. So of course my kids and my husband support my time, that like, okay, I need to respond some messages now, or I'm going to do something for my clients or my customers. And that's really important, because you make your family part of this beautiful business. And knowing that Sarah and Ben, that they're the co-owners, CEOs of the company, they know my kids' names and they know my husband's names, they know what they do, they know what they are. So it's really important that it makes me feel part of something big, something important, something meaningful, and I feel seen. So I never feel like that anywhere else. And it's just I'm so happy to be able to share it and work with these women that are so amazing. So if you're here listening on a recording or somebody invite you, that means you're really important for that person. And we believe that you can do this and spread the word.
Hi, Cinthia. Thank you so much. All of us are with our big smiles listening to her speak, because it is such a joy for us to see people come in, create success, and like she said, she came in as someone trying the products. She fell in love with the products, fell in love with the mission, fell in love with the community, and she's creating massive success in pockets of her day, even as a busy salon owner and mother and wife. She's doing it all, and she's doing it all with happiness and joy, and you just see it coming, right across her face. So thank you, girls, so much for everything that you've shared already. I'm here to give you the nuts and bolts of the business, right? My name is Aimee Coppola. I am happy to have been here with you and Grace for 2.5 years. I've been in the network marketing space for over 13 and have been able to totally transform my life, creating this income that didn't have a cap on it. I came from an accounting space and I didn't have a CPA, never wanted a CPA, didn't even mean to fall into accounting. But with that, it was a very heavy schedule, working 8 to 6, an hour commute each day, and my income was capped at a certain spot unless I wanted to go for my CPA. And then I went through a divorce. I went through a lot of things in my life that it opened up the opportunity for me to say, what could I do differently? What could I do if I had the income of two parents, right? That I expected to raise my children with. And so I had to take a look and see how things could be done differently. And that's why we titled this, this call in this group, this information group, challenging the common and thinking, what else could you do? And this is something, whether you're a stay-at-home mom or even if you are a CPA, even if you are a salon owner, whatever it is that you're doing right now, you are able to take this opportunity and fit it into your schedule. It's totally flexible. Like Cinthia mentioned, this is all remote, so you can work this from anywhere in the world. That, if you go on vacation or if you up and move for the summer, it's totally fine. This can go with you. So there's a huge opportunity for you to be able to create some major freedom of flexible income, flexible scheduling, and also, of course, everything that they mentioned earlier as far as gaining a community, gaining education, and gaining a real purpose and impact in the work that you're doing. So I wanted to talk really quickly about who can join. We want women who care about educating. We want women, and that doesn't mean you need to be an expert. Hugh and Grace as a company does an incredible job of educating. So when you tell somebody, hey, I really love this, I just feel better, I'm having more energy, you don't have to tell them about your mitochondria. You do not need to do that, right? What you're going to do is just give them your experience. They want to know, oh my gosh, you didn't have to drink coffee anymore at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Just, okay, I want to try that. And that level of just honest sharing is really what we need people to come in and do. Share their experience, talk to their neighbor. As you start learning things, as you're invited to a master class or an online workshop, invite your friends, invite your sisters. I know I'm not the only one that when I walk into a room, somebody says, oh my gosh, this perimenopause thing is killing me, or my energy, or my this, or my fill in the blank. You know what you hear all the time, right? And that's the opportunities that we're talking about, where you can have this positive invitation to someone else to come listen, learn, and try out these products that are going to significantly improve their health and the health of their families as well. All of our products are designed with the whole family in mind. And so that's something really special. My kids suffered from so much eczema and so many skin issues when they were babies, and they're grown now. But even now, my son is in college and I send him a box with all his skincare from Hugh and Grace because it has cleared everything up and been just such a positive improvement for him. So the other thing that I wanted to talk about is how to earn. When I came in, remember, I was deciding how was I going to do life differently. And so it was very important for me to understand how it was that I was going to earn. Was I going to be capped? Was I going to have to, trade hours in the day for a particular, this is the amount you earn per hour? No, the amount that you earn is based on your sales. So that could be as big or as small as you want it to be. There is no requirement as far as you must sell X amount per month. It's entirely up to you. It's a double-edged sword because sometimes we don't realize the potential of what we could do. And so that's why the team is really helpful in helping show each other what's possible and supporting you in whichever level that you want to engage. If it's an hour per week, if it's an hour per day, it's entirely up to you. But you're going to earn a 25% commission on all your sales at base. The more that you sell each month, the higher earning opportunity that you have, up to 40% of your commission every single, 40% of your sales every single month, depending again on the level of sales that you make. You can stay just doing sales and that's it, and that's totally great. We do also have the team building aspect, optional, but I of course love this business, so I like to share it with everybody and build a beautiful team here. When you build a team, that just means that you're telling other people about this advocate opportunity. So maybe you send this video to your friend and you're like, I think I want to do this and I think I would love to do it with you. The reason why we say that there's, in addition to the products and the earning income opportunity, there's also just so much fun to be had here. We have an annual incentive trip that goes every spring to somewhere amazing. We've gone to Puerto Rico, we've gone to Maui. This year we're heading over to Mexico. And so when I say think of your friends, think of the friends that you want to travel with because there's some really fun opportunities here for you to do that. As far as going back to the income, you are also able to earn from building a team. So I like to tell people who don't have any experience here to think of it as a realtor. A realtor can go out and sell houses and they earn a certain percentage on that house sale. Now, if they decide to become a broker, they can still go sell houses and earn commission on their house sales. But as a broker, when you have other agents under you, you also get a bonus on top of your own commissions for what your team is selling as well. So we have an entire snapshot that we'll post in a special group on Facebook that we're going to invite you to. And you can see all the details there. And this is my love language, is teaching other women how to create income. So I am more than happy to talk with you about your goals and really help you understand the comp plan. I also have videos that are 35 minutes long for those of you who really geek out over this stuff that you want to dig in and really understand how you can do that. In addition to that, once you start growing here, if you do decide to do the team aspect, we do also have a lot of leadership bonuses that are available. And those are an incredible way to, again, get into that space. If this is something that you wanted to build into a full-time income, that is totally possible. I've done it, like I said, for not immediately, but you're able to build up over time and create the potential for a full-time income here. So the last thing I want to tell you is how to enroll. So the advocate that invited you to watch this video is more than happy to send you a link for you to enroll. You can enroll with a bundle. There's always discounted bundles available when you become an advocate, and you're able to see the different options there with the link that will be provided to you. If you've already tried the product, that's fantastic. You'll now be getting a 20% discount on all of that, the entire shop. If you haven't tried the product before, that's okay too. One other thing that we do want to let you know is the boost bonus is available for you. What is that? Your first 3 full months enrolled as an advocate, we are excited to help you get started, because sometimes, you'll do something and be like, yeah, I'll figure it out later. When you come into this business, we want to help you get going right away. We want to celebrate your first sale. We want to celebrate your first enrollment, whether it's your sister, your mother, your best friend from junior high. It doesn't matter. We're here to celebrate that and to really help you understand. So in that boost period, you're actually going to have additional opportunities to earn higher bonuses during that boost period. So when you talk to the advocate that enrolled you and you get enrolled, you're going to get a series of emails from Hugh and Grace. I want you to keep an eye out for those, and they're going to walk you through the basics of getting started. In addition, you're going to see in there how to earn all of these things that we're talking about today: product information, the online office that you can access from anywhere. There's different, graphics that you can use, and all kinds of training that you're going to have access to. But those will come in the form of an email. So again, you can work at it your time. If you want to sit down and binge and go through everything, that's awesome. If you want to spread it out over a couple of Saturdays, that's fine as well. But all that to say, reach out to the advocate that enrolled you for a link, and you'll be able to choose your bundle and get started right away. The last thing I want to close with is just why now? Right? Hugh and Grace is walking into their 5th year anniversary this May. And what Cinthia was alluding to earlier is we just were in Los Angeles this past weekend for their leadership retreat. And what I can tell you is that, like any grassroots campaign, like any startup business, there's a couple of years where you're figuring things out and you're getting things scaled and you're getting production lines ready and you're figuring out shipping and you're figuring out tech platforms. And in this past 12 months, we have undergone incredible tech upgrades because the amount of sales and customers and enrollments and advocates that are coming in has been growing with incredible, rapid momentum. And we needed to scale in order to be able to move into the demand that's, here now for this. And so everything feels like we went through a lot of that upgrading last year. And this is the time really where we have the leadership in position, the tech, the products, the science, all of it is here ready along with the demand. And that is why I think now is just such an important time for you to do, give it a try. You have nothing to lose, but you have so much to potentially gain in any one of these areas or all of them combined. So I'm excited to get to know you better. I know all of these ladies are excited to get to know you as well and to welcome you to our team. So we look forward to seeing you in our team page shortly and hope you have a beautiful day. Thank you for joining us here. Thank you, ladies, for sharing. I appreciate each of you. Have a good one.